8 of the last 10 days, we have hit at least 100 degrees here in Boise. 2 days that we didn't, we're still in the high 90s, so it's hot no matter how you look at it. We cover a lot of ground on the heat, just like staying inside, things you can do, drink water, those kind of things. Don't leave your kids and pets in the car. Another question we get from time to time is, what about the animals at Zoo Boise? Are they even able to be out and about in this heat? Do they want to be? Is it safe for them? Is it worth going to the zoo to see them in triple-digit heat? Joe Paris checked in on the animals. So I guess the question is, are they used to the heat in this point? And as our Andrew Bartline pointed out, a lot of them come from Africa and stuff, so they should be used to it at this point?
Yeah, that's a good question. And, this question has been asked in the past, what about the animals in the heat? But yeah. I had never heard the idea of, well, the biology, the genealogy of a lot of these animals, they should be able to survive this heat, right?
Desert animals.
Desert animals. Is that the case? No. So if you haven't been to Zoo Boise, they basically have the cast of the Lion King and much, much more. But yes, a lot of animals at Zoo Boise, they have links to the country of Africa, the continent of Africa, I should say. Africa is not a country, Brian, it's a continent.
True.
Now, lions, wild dogs, giraffes, zebra, just some of the cast of animals that you might find in triple-digit heat in their native environments. So do they like it, though, or do they just survive it? Well, let's take the African lion as an example.
That's a species that comes from an area, they live on the equator, so it's typically very hot there, and you would think that they would be acclimated to these kind of temperatures. But you also have to keep in mind, for example, our male lion, Revan, lived in Maryland for 5 years, and he's lived here for just over 5 years now. So he is basically adjusted to Idaho weather. They are African lions, but after a few years here, they're an Idaho lion. So they have a completely different set of norms. They biologically have the ability to acclimate to a changing environment, which is good because that makes them more comfortable. But when we have unusual weather like this, it presents a challenge.
So, yes, animals can take the heat, but why should they have to? They don't enjoy it. And Peachy says that they don't have any animals that are just thrilled about the heat as well. I was wondering if there's any animals that love the triple digits. Not at Zoo Boise. So, the heat is a major thing zoos around the world are tracking. Outside of the day-to-day operations, there are concerns about the global trend of warming. And this will impact animals everywhere and could determine what zoos can do in the future. So, global warming is a major focus point.
That's one of the things that we have to take in consideration when we talk about animals that we're going to keep here in Idaho and how we maintain them and their ability to adjust. Evolution provides the opportunity for animals to acclimate, to adjust to a changing environment, but climate change has created a situation where it occurs so rapidly that species don't have the opportunity to adjust. And we're seeing all kinds of shifts in places where particular species live. Sometimes that results in a reduced ability for that species to survive. If you are dependent on water, for example, water is disappearing in a number of places. That's a result of climate change, and it presents kind of a dire outlook for the future. We have to make the changes that are necessary to abate this process before it's too late, and we're rapidly approaching that point.
Scientists locally and abroad, they warn of the dangers of global warming. It's nothing new, but yes, we are seeing close to record highs a lot recently. It's not just in our area, and Brian, climate and heat is something that zoos have been talking about really for the last several decades, but it is getting to the point, especially here this summer, where some zoos, especially in the southwest of our country, they're seeing such extreme heat that they wonder, is this fair to the animals going forward? Yeah. Zoo Boise's not exactly in that place. We're not getting to 130 degrees like over in Phoenix, Arizona, but there are things that, zoo curators like Mr. Peachy and the director Gene Peacock over at Zoo Boise, there's things that they have to take a look at heading into the future.